everyone, I'm Pam Murphy and you're watching PAM Time. That's an inspirational and educational show featuring the performing arts. That's music, dance, drama, art, but most of all, it is fun. So you're in for a great night of entertainment coming your way. Come celebrate the arts with PAM Time.
Who we got next? We got Timothy Michael and Brody Jermaine. Brody Jermaine, get on up here.
What are you doing here today?
And 100.
Raising all kinds of money for St. Baldrick.
And what is that for?
That's to raise money to help find a cure for pediatric cancer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is Steve Russell here yet? Steve Russell, you are on deck.
Hi everyone, I've got to move over here. Every year for the last 9 years, the Walden Fire District has graciously donated the social hall to us. So this year we would like to thank them for hosting and donating the venue to the Hudson Valley St. Baldrick's event from 2008 to 2016. It's because of your generosity that we've been able to put on successful events, and we look forward to many more successful years. Chief Williams and Commissioner Sadler, please come on.
In between songs, we'll just let you know the food is ready. Let's do it one more time for our Irish dancers. All right, this is my favorite part. I'm gonna start shaving some heads. Who's ready to shave some heads out there? That is very weak. I've been doing St. Baldrick a very long time. You get much louder, and there's a lot more people here. Who's ready to shave some heads? All right, I'm gonna start calling out my people from pack 125. I'm gonna need Cooper Baxter up here, front and center, right here. Cooper Baxter had an initial goal of, I believe it was $1,000. And then that didn't happen because it went to $1,500. And then he went to $3,000. We far exceeded $3,000. And he's got a Hover scooter today that he's going to be giving away $5 a chance, $10 for 4 tickets. That was courtesy of Above Grade Home Inspection, Chuck Swede. Cooper's been growing his hair since last year, March 21st. He dedicated it to my dad who just beat cancer. He had esophageal cancer. He's here today, right there. My dad just recently was on a video for ORMC about the treatment that he received there, which was excellent. And just very proud of my son today. I can't thank him enough for getting to be his dad. He does a lot of community work, but this is what hits home. It's very important to him. He wants to help everybody. We're glad to be on this side of the charity. And up next is his teammate. We're going to need Christopher Papnasakis and Mark Hine and Mike Papnasakis. We got room for one more. We're going to take Steven up here too. Come on, Steven. All right, you guys ready to shake these heads? Get nice and loud. Let's shake these heads. Come on. All right, Pack 125, let's do this. At this time, I'd like to welcome on my father to get one shave on this boy. We're going to leave it to the pros now. We're done. A lot of gift certificates and prizes to give away in our tricky tray as well. But I am going to list down our shavers today. We have Anne-Marie from Smooth Salon and Spa, Middletown. We have Mary, A Good Hair Day Salon, New Windsor. Dawn, Awakening Salon and Spa, New Windsor. Tina Campbell is here as well. And then we have our head barber, Rini, from Hair Force One in Newburgh. You can definitely do better than that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to command that all day long. It's a very strong disease, but we're stronger. We can be louder. Where's my friend Brenna? We are running a little bit behind on our shave schedule. I appreciate everybody's patience. Remember, we're all volunteers here, trying to do the right thing. On deck, we have Daniel Weichel and Daniel Zika. On deck. You're on deck. Is Brenna here yet? Where is she? Get up here. Clap those hands.
Hi, Seal.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How
Tell
are
us
you?
your whole name.
Cecilia McEwen Poughkeepsie.
And who are you sitting with?
My younger brother, Will.
Will, what's your whole name?
Willem Walter Poughkeepsie.
Oh, okay. Where are you guys out of? Where do you live?
Montgomery, New York.
Montgomery, New York. And I'm going to ask you a couple questions if you don't mind. Seal, are you a performer?
Yes.
You are. What do you like to do?
I like to sing. I like to play guitar, act, and do a little bit of drums and piano.
My goodness. Will, do you get to listen to her practice all those things?
Get? Yes.
And Will, do you have any musical talents?
Not really.
Nothing yet? Just kind of, what grade are you in?
Fourth.
You're in 4th grade, so you'll probably start an instrument soon, right?
We go to private school.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
You need to sing too. That'd be fun. Just some acting. All right. So, Seal, what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
In 8th grade. And what school do you guys go to?
The Birch School.
Let's give them a shout out over there. All right. So, what happened on Saturday? There was an event that you guys were involved in, that your mom and dad were in charge of also. What exactly was that?
We hosted a day where we shaved heads, and it's called St. Baldrick's, and we shaved heads to raise money for childhood cancer, and
So it was St. Baldrick's Foundation, and I think it originated in Walden. Am I correct on this? From one of your relatives, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it was already created, but the Walden one was originated from my mom's friend's family.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful.
So it was already created. But.
All right, and you're raising funds for what exactly happens with the funds?
They go to, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they do go to families with children who have cancer, and they either help with them getting their medical bills paid, or them, like, just getting
expenses involved, right?
Like getting Christmas presents that they can't afford, or something like that, just to help a family out.
Got it. And Will, what were you doing there on Saturday? What was your job?
I kind of helped everything. A little bit.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And there was tables set up with, what's that called? The tricky trays, right? Where people got to give, so people donated prizes, correct? And there was all kinds of entertainment going on, the Irish step dancers, right? That was fun. And also there was Dickie Baxter, who was the MC.
Dickie Baxter, yeah.
He was so much fun. Was he fun? Awesome.
He gets everyone to...
Right. And then DJ Eric.
E-Rock.
E-Rock is what he calls himself? All right. So they donated their time, right? And also there were some barbers.
Yes.
Right? And what exactly did they do? The barbers. Like, what do they do?
They shave heads.
Okay. And so they shave the heads of people who volunteer, right? And those people usually get donations. And then the donations are what goes to the St. Baldrick's Foundation.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
The donations usually, like, they either come from online, and then, like, if they didn't reach their goal, then they get collected at the fundraiser. So
Got it. So people can actually go online to this date, to stbaldricksfoundation.org, I think it is. So go online. They have a Facebook site too. So, Sil, you did a wonderful job on Saturday. I got a chance to listen to a speech of yours. And tell me a little bit about the speech and why you wrote it.
Well, I had an assignment from school, and we had to write a personal narrative. And I wrote about, because usually it was about when it was happening, like with Will, who had cancer. It was usually about how, like, it was affecting him, and how it was affecting, like, how he was feeling and stuff. And then so a personal narrative, like, for me, was to write about how I felt about it. So the first part I wrote about how it all started and stuff, and then I wrote about how I remember my dad, how he came home, and how, like, it affected me when he left and stuff like that.
Pretty scary time, right? Will, it was pretty scary for you too, right?
I don't remember it.
Really? Oh, that's a godsend, right? That's good then. So tell us a little bit, Will, about do you remember your diagnosis? What happened?
Not really.
Not really. Thank goodness. Wow.
All I really knew was I got really sick. That's all that I knew at that time.
Right. And then how are you feeling now?
Good.
You're feeling really good, huh? You're are you cancer free? Is that the big C word they say? And that is so wonderful. You look wonderful. You look healthy and great and ready to make trouble for people. And Seal, that must have been, again, really scary, a hard time for you because that's your little brother, right?
Yeah, it was hard because I was only 7, so I think the hardest thing was that I saw him getting all this attention. I saw him, like, getting all these toys, and I just thought, oh, my brother's in this place by himself with my mom and dad. I barely get to see my mom and dad. Why can't I get their attention and stuff? I didn't know that, oh, he could die from this.
Yeah, right? Thank God you didn't. You know, and it's a scary thing. So it's hard to understand as a child what's going on around you, but I'm glad you could open up and talk about it and let us know your perspective, because that helps us all to understand that it's a family thing that happens. You know, not just the person that's sick, but it affects everybody in the family. Everybody has to pull together and help each other out, right, Will? Mm-hmm. All right, so any words you want to say to anybody out there?
Make every day count.
There you go. I like that. Say it again.
Make every day count.
Excellent. Will, you got any words, wisdom for us?
I don't know.
So anybody can donate. They can give their time, correct? They don't have to shave if they don't want to, right?
No, not at all.
Right, but you can if you want, to show your support, to show kids who have cancer. Usually their hair falls out, correct? Is that what happened to you? So usually we just kind of do that in support of somebody maybe we know, but...
And if you're not comfortable with shaving your whole head off, you can donate hair. So.
Right? I did that. I did that. All right, wonderful. Well, I want to thank you guys for stopping by here today.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to seeing great things in the future from you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I had to write a personal narrative for school, and this is it. It's called It Doesn't Have to Be. It's just a tick, they said. They're just going to the doctor, they said. They'll be back soon, they said. It all just happened really fast. I found out what happened months later because my parents wanted to protect me. I didn't see them until weeks later. My parents, my mom and dad, the two people that make me me, I didn't see. Let's start from the beginning. End of school excitement. I was even in a short school play about the solar system and my parents missed it. Imagine yourself, a little 7-year-old graduating from 2nd grade and your parents missing it. It's kind of a big deal, but none of that mattered when my brother's life was on the line. Anyway, back to how it all started. My parents noticed that my younger brother wasn't doing too well. He had no neck, and by that I mean his chin went straight down to his shoulders. He was throwing up, had huge circles around his eyes, and wasn't up for anything. My parents then took him to urgent care, and the doctors thought it was just Lyme's disease. Just Lyme's disease? Yes. Cancer is a much bigger deal than Lyme's. My parents walked into the pediatrician's office with my brother 4 days later, and the doctor said, "This is not Lyme's. I want a chest x-ray and a full blood panel." After they waited which felt like the amount of time that this would affect our whole family, our doctor came in and said, "I want to know what hospital you want to go to." My mom said, "It's cancer, isn't it?" Our doctor responded with, "It doesn't have to be." My dad raced to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia because my younger cousin went there when she had cancer herself. He flew in and out of traffic, zooming closer and closer to the place that held my brother's life in their hands. My mom hoped that they would get pulled over so the police that was so much more superior than us could escort them to the hospital. My uncle, whose daughter had cancer, lived about 45 minutes from the hospital. As soon as he heard of the news, he ran there and arrived before my parents. He had been through this all before, so he led them right to the emergency room. The doctors knew everything they needed to know when my parents got there because of my uncle. The thing that impacted them the most was that he stayed with my parents and guided them through the first 2 days. 30 days, 1 month, 4 weeks, 1/12 of a year, a small fraction of a lifetime that felt like that's what it was, a lifetime. Whatever you want to call it, it was that. That's how long they were gone, or stayed in that big, clean, white building that still was constantly holding my brother's life in their hands, and what would be my family's life from now on. Still, I was at home with my other 3 brothers and my grandparents. My dad, my other half, still had to work sometimes, so he would come for about 2 weeks, then he was gone back to that place. My dad would sleep with me in my grandparents' guest bedroom, where he would stay with me always. Always? We would read at night any books we could find, just to keep our minds, both of our minds, off of the fact that he would be leaving in a few days. The last day he was staying with me, we went down to this restaurant at the end of my grandparents' street. We sat outside just to make the experience even better and took pictures of our small heads on our salads. They looked small through the lens of the camera because of depth perception. The perception of time was catching on to us. What was catching on to us was that my dad was leaving for that big building in a couple of hours. And I, this little 7-year-old, didn't know when both my mommy and daddy were going to be back to tuck me in again at night. And I remember his BlackBerry phone pointing at me and taking a video of me singing a song that I learned from my mom's music class in my grandparents' living room in front of their fireplace. He was recording it to send to my mom, who was in that big, clean, white hospital room. Was the room big? Not at all. It was the hospital that was big. It was all big. It was all big. It was I who was small, who thought everything was big. And I remember getting to my grandparents' guest bedroom once more. A second time? Yes. They were there for a month, a second time. But what I remembered was that when I got ready for bed that first night of that second month, I found a note from my mom in the foot of my feety pajamas saying something like, "Cecilia, I'm so proud of you. You are so strong, and we can get through this. I love you." Too much happened to put into a short personal narrative, but these were the first things that came to my mind, and usually the first things that come to my mind are the most important.
Thank you, Cecilia. That took a lot of bravery, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm proud to be a part of your life. I have a certificate of appreciation for you. It takes a super sibling to conquer kids' cancer, and we're all very proud of you, Seal. So, 3 words.
Hey everyone, it's Pam Murphy, and again, you have been watching PAM Time, an inspirational show featuring the performing arts. I certainly hope you liked everything you saw tonight, and get out there and support your local actors, actresses, musicians, and artists, dancers out in your own backyard. You know what? You will not regret it. It's so rewarding. So thank you for watching PAM Time, and we'll see you again next week for another great show filled with entertainment. Goodbye and good night.